If you are into nature, you may well just move to New Zealand. And then, once here, you would not need to travel overseas ever, because all the landscapes of the world are all compacted here to make one small little New Zealand. But how come? Because New Zealand is the geological frenzy, and thus a landscape frenzy. And this will make it hard for you to decide where to settle in New Zealand. The lost world of New Zealand. The world of mysterious vegetation and a spooky quietness. This is the most awe-striking, moody and sinister place in New Zealand. I came here first for 1 week visit, but instead stayed for 2 months. Kept coming back to those beaches every day to feel this dark fantasy land. The abandoned bridge, with the boat blocking the entrance. Entrance to the forbidden world of the Jurassic Park. Birds screaming. Those are native birds. Their screams befit the settings. Adds to the sinister feel here. By the way, New Zealand does not have any snakes. Not a single one. No snakes, no crocodiles, no scorpions, no bears, no wolves, nothing. When you're out into the bush in New Zealand, you can afford to be totally reckless. There is nothing here to bite you. You can set up your tent here in the middle of the wild bush and fall asleep carefree. I call this beach a monument beach. Those sinister trees are the monuments. And this beach I call a cemetery beach, with the spooky tree-storm grave fields. You may have worked out, it is my favorite place. I grew up in a different kind of spooky place. Here, a peaceful green pasture for you to contrast my adorable swamps. Green pasture next to the ocean. You may well decide to settle by the volcanoes. Most of the North Island is of a volcanic origin, with active volcanism still ongoing. And this coastal volcano is the most monumental. But 150 kilometers away there is another volcanic range for you to choose. Volcano with ski fields and cable lifts. Fjordland. Fjords are covered out by glaciers. There are 14 marine fjords in New Zealand and countless landlocked lake fjords. This can become your commute route. Note how tiny the cruise ship is next to the vertical wall. This can be you getting all excited. Just move in. Semi-deserts, formed by alpine highland plateaus, with treeless landscapes that stay yellow all year round. The landscape here looks like Tibet Plateau in Himalayas, but unlike Tibet, this one is easy to reach. 1 hour drive and you're back in a big city. This footage is shot in winter. In New Zealand, temperatures don't go below water freezing levels much, even at highlands. Light morning frosts do happen here in winter. Even snow can fall once or twice a year, but it will melt down by the afternoon. New Zealand is good for hiking all year round. Never too cold, never too hot. Yet better in winter, because you won't get too hot and sweaty climbing those mountains. Glacial lakes with milky blue waters, with whitish color coming from rock matter suspended in water. Note how dry the landscape is, but just few hours drive away you will get this. From cold glacial lakes to sandy ocean beaches. You're never far away from the ocean beach in New Zealand. By the way, this footage is also shot in winter. All vegetation in New Zealand is evergreen. Never too cold, never too hot. Caves, sea caves, lime caves with stalagmites and stalactites, caves with palms, caves that serve a passageway to the lost world, the world with vegetation species that remained unchanged from the dinosaur era. Glaciers, with ice floating right through the evergreen rainforests, and with some sweet coffee shops with views like this. Villages at the foot of the glaciers to stay overnight or to settle permanently. New Zealand is full of endemic prehistoric tree species, as seen by dinosaurs without any changes. Fern trees are also a native feature of New Zealand. In fact, black fern frond is a de facto flag of New Zealand. Kingdom of fern trees New Zealand is. Alpine ski resorts are not far away either, with views like this one. And the wineries are at the bottom of the same ski fields. Wetlands of dinosaurs, with prehistoric swamp tree species. New Zealand swamps are glamorous, nothing like in Europe or North America. I will show you later. Swamp and sandy beach are right next to each other. Geysers, boiling lakes, mud pools, everything of the volcanic nature. Live scenes from the King Kong movie. Those have came from a Polynesian Maori village set amidst volcanic Wonderland. Alpine mountain range stretching from the top to the bottom of the South Island, covered with snow all year round. Here, the snowy peaks are meeting the ocean. Dramatic setup for one to settle. Rainforests, with the Wall Street that is lined with a giant skyscraper-tall trees. Sand dunes, with ocean on one side and lush green vegetation on the other. Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park with volcanic pinnacles and lime cliff valleys. And native palm groves over the lime karsts. Endemic to New Zealand palms and colorful birds. And flightless birds. Orchards by the ocean waters. Heaven on earth, that is, want to hug it all here. Wineries. You will find New Zealand is quite a wine country, with wine regions distinct enough to take blind tasting competitions. Winemaking became big in New Zealand. It now became country's 7th biggest export sector by revenue. And with views like this, wine comes good too. A fairy tale setup. If you never liked wine before, you will love it once you move to New Zealand. New Zealand is also the land of drowned valleys. Valleys that were once flooded with ocean waters and now form the vast system of sounds. Don't mistake this region with Fiordland. Those are far apart. Good for wave-free kayaking in sheltered waters, sailing and motorboating. Heaven for boating, but hardly anybody here. It's winter here now. Water is 14 degrees Celsius in the bay. There are villages around. You can move in. It will be all yours. Palms, Native palms bring glamour to the landscape. Climbing plants hide tree trunk completely entirely. Climbing plants, perching plants, parasitic plants, all here. I will show you next time. More mystery of the lush green mountains. Alpine villages amidst lush prehistoric rainforests. Sandy beach over there, made out of granite rock. Alpine passenger train. Travels daily between west coast and east coast of South Island. Impressive commute that starts at the lush green rainforest of the western side of the Alps, goes through the mountain range, and ends up riding over the dry yellow highland of the east coast side of the Alps. Striking contrast between west and east climates and vegetation types. Maybe coastal cities with high rises to settle at. Or cute little towns to settle at. Holiday beach towns or historic European feeling towns with stone architecture. Hard to decide which town to choose to settle at. You don't have to settle. You can choose the road instead and drive beautiful sexy trucks around. Look how beautiful New Zealand is. 9-axle glamour. Eight-axle semi. Want to take it home with me, back to Siberia. Maybe a palm tree town is the place to settle, if you worship palms like I do. I don't want to go back to Siberia now. Countless boat stations are dotted around the country. New Zealand has one of the highest boat ownership rate per capita. All due to the extensive coastline, multiple harbors, sounds, islands and sheltered beaches. But in addition to all those landscapes, New Zealand has some other reasons to relocate to. New Zealand has been consistently ranked #1 least corrupt nation on the planet. Consistently, year after year. And along with that, New Zealand is also ranked #1 in ease of doing business. Also consistently, year after year. How do you get this in one country? So, as you have seen now, New Zealand is really the land of scenic frenzy. And in the next videos I will show you each of those scenic wonderlands in details. Okay, let's do the inventory of what we have found in New Zealand so far. Alpine ranges, glaciers, fjords, sounds, rainforests, palm groves, sand dunes, volcanoes, deserts, geysers and geothermal pools, and countless bays and harbors for boating.